Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 33 years ago I was a dumbass. But today, 33 years later, I can honestly say now, through the grace of God, I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. There's a lot of people out there still struggling, even with health issues, especially over the last few years, right? I am a nutritional health coach. I'm also a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please, please reach out. Know that someone is listening. And if you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and you can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. And guys, please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors before I introduce my really cool guests. Producer, I think I have a little weird stuff on my mic, like the sound. Just a little bit. Okay, guys, I have Stormin Norman Selden, 732-245-4777, www.storminnormanselden.com. Guys, booking dozens of attractions for concerts and performances on venues of all sizes. He's got from a 5 to 12-piece band, and this guy is a monster on the keyboards. I don't know if you remember back in the day, Steinway pianos. Well, he's got them from back then, and he came live in studio recently, and let me tell you, he was amazing. What he's doing now is teaching senior citizens who are stuck at home how to play the the keyboard. Isn't that cool? A lot of people don't know this, but he helped get Larry Chance from the Earls back in the day when Larry was a youngster started. Remember the song, Remember Then? That was Larry Chance. And Larry was like family to me, and rest in peace, Larry. We love and miss you. And then we've got Ken Ryan and Linda Garofalo, The Way It Used to Be, singing songs from the 50s to the 80s, a tribute show to the greatest music and voices of all time. And Ken also sings Elvis for me. Thank you. Thank you very much, baby. And then I've got John Bishop, a.k.a. Johnny B., singer-songwriter, host of the Entertainment Luncheon South, a nonprofit network created for the creative. Facebook group page, Entertainment Luncheon South. He's also the partner in the Joey D. and Johnny B. Rockin' Oldies band. I want to give him and his wife, Linny, a shout-out because what they do for us once a month is unreal. They put on this entertainment luncheon. Costs you $20. You get an incredible meal and you get great entertainment. We've had entertainers fly in to be there. It's by invite only. Okay, so it's amazing, and they don't keep a penny of it. And they support all of us like no one has ever done. So thank you so much, guys. Then last but certainly not least, Paula Ann, Ablaze Entertainment and Freedom Rings Festival, helping survivors of human trafficking to live a life of normalcy. The Geri Petito Show is also one of their sponsors, www.freedomringsfestival.com. So, guys, you've heard enough about what I needed to share in the beginning, and I want to introduce my two cool guests. I've got Catherine Marie and Julian Sundby. I hope I said your name right.
That is correct. Thank you for having us.
Yay! All right, cool.
Yes, thank you.
So, Catherine, I want to start with you, sweetie. I want you to start talking about you and Julian, how you guys met, and give them a little bit of information about why you're here.
Okay, I'd be happy to. Well, my husband was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I found the challenge of being a caregiver so difficult that I wrote and narrated Straight A's for Caregivers. And as I was in the studio narrating, I said to the engineer, I said, I need some piano background. And he says, "Oh, I have someone." And within 10 minutes, Julian walks into the studio, sits down, and starts playing the piano so beautifully. And that's how we met. And he told me that his grandmother had Alzheimer's. And then just by listening to my caregiver tips, it was helping him because most people don't understand what's really going on behind the scene. And they they're offended by what their loved one is doing. And so we just try to bring the understanding to help you deal with that. So we started that. And Julian, if you want to add anything about showing up there, that'd be great.
Go ahead, Julian.
We had a powerful moment together literally the first night we met. We were sharing stories. My grandmother, who was a brilliant musician years ago, and she struggled with dementia and Alzheimer's for about 15 years. So Catherine and I hit it off immediately, not only through that connection, but through the music. And it was a powerful friendship formed right off the bat.
And Julian is my music producer, and he's the one that has brought me along into music. I didn't have a music background. And so when all this music started coming up, it was just magical. And Julian just knew the right recipe, and it's been great ever since.
Well, I want to share something with you guys and the listeners out there because this is important. So my mother's stepmother actually ended up with Alzheimer's. My father's father ended up with Alzheimer's, and my dad did. And my dad, to me, next to Jesus, was the greatest man that ever walked the earth. What he did for his family was unbelievable. And we all lived on the same road. He bought us all houses, and my brother was next door. I was down the street. I mean, my father was unbelievable. So we kept him home. He ended up with Alzheimer's, and we kept him home. But I want to share something with everyone listening. I had to get a caregiver who actually lived there. So we would be there every day with him, but we had someone living there because it's very difficult for the family. But I want to share something important. I got my hands on everything I could read, and the most important thing was familiarity. So in the very beginning, when my father was diagnosed and he still could go in his fridge and he could still do things, I got the same size paper, say 5x7, a color. And I wrote on it in black marker, food, and I taped that to the refrigerator. Underwear, taped that to his underwear drawer, like everything, so he could see. Dishes, right, all that. But then when it got really hard, so I bought 12 sweatshirts that had these funny cats that went like this on it. I wore them every day for him. As soon as I walked in, he would make a funny cat face and smile and know that he should be with me. So that's important. Familiarity, people. Anyone listening out there that's struggling, that's to me the most important, to make them feel comfortable. So now continue. Let's talk about everything else in your songwriting.
Okay, so a year after my husband passed, I was sitting in my living room, and I don't play an instrument, nor do I sing. So as I was sitting there, I felt this wave of love come into the room, and the lyrics literally fell out of the sky, and I started writing. I couldn't even write fast enough. And it was my husband telling his story on what it felt like to have Alzheimer's. And it's a country song, and I'm still here for you, baby doll, because the song I'm Still Here represents that no matter how bad this disease gets, and no matter how much they forget who you are, the real person, that true person is always still there. And that's the powerful message with this. And when the caregivers listen to the song, it really moves them into a healing to just listen to it. So I had the lyrics came in, and then the melody just dropped in. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the melody. So I sang it into my voice memo. And of course, I knew Julian had a studio, and so I contacted him. I go to the studio. He listens to it on my voice memo, and then sits down at the piano and plays out the foundation of the song. And then from there, we hire the musicians and the singers, and Julian has the biggest inventory of great musicians and singers, and it was just magic. And for me, not having any background, to work with him was a blessing. And there's so many magic moments in this whole process, as Julian will attest to that. So, Julian, what do you want to say about that? And you can talk about Wayne Bros, your best buddy, who sang this song, from the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame inductee. So he was an amazing person to do this song for us.
So actually, Julian, talk about it. So the name of the song is "I'm Still Here."
Yes.
Yes.
So Ruben, after Julian talks, you have the title on there. You'll be able to pick that one. "I'm Still Here." So, Julian, what we'll do is we'll have you talk about it and anything else you want to say. And I think if we can do it, that should be the first song we'll play if we can do it. Yes, producer? You're not sure? Okay, they weren't titled the right way individually. That's okay. It doesn't matter. We'll talk. Say what you were going to say about all that.
I'm gonna.
Well, you talking to me or Ruben?
No, you, Julian. Take the mic.
Okay, sorry. All right. So she took the word out of my mouth. It was a blessing, an absolute blessing. And the song came to her, and it wrote itself. Every now and then you get that song that just start to finish writes itself. And not only did that happen for her when she was by herself, but when she brought it in, I just heard the music. And I'd say 20, 30 minutes, we had it all together and ready to go to start recording. And that brought us even closer together as friends. It was just a tremendous process. And knowing the story of the caregivers connection between the two of us and how this song relates to that, it was very moving. There were tears shed, there were smiles, there were stories told. It was a very rewarding production project, and we just had a blast. And our buddy Wayne actually came to sing it. We have a mutual friend, and he actually helped design and build the studio that we're working out of. And then his friend Wayne just sang it and acted it out in the music video. It's available on YouTube. You can just search "I'm Still Here," and you should be able to find it. And it's just it's a beautiful, powerful song about how people who may not seem to be there actually are.
So
And
wait, continue, because then I want to ask her something. Go ahead.
well, the power of music reaches people that way too. My grandmother, like I said, was a musician. She was the first chair clarinetist for the Montreal Symphony back in the 50s, and went to the Eastman School of Music just down the road from you in New York. So it was very important to her. And when she became nonverbal, we could sing some songs to her, and it was her way of singing back, and familiarity, like you said, it really connected her. And one time she even said the words to a song, even though she couldn't communicate. She didn't have any words.
Amazing.
Just powerful stuff.
Powerful. I remember I would take my dad the first few years. He had it probably like 5 or 6 years, but the first few years I was still able to take him out to eat, and I would, bring him and whatever. But I remember putting an Italian song on in the car. He didn't know I was his daughter, but do you know he knew the words? It's amazing. And even babies, if you think about this, right? Even babies, a 6-month-old, you have them in a bouncy. You start playing music, and guess what? They start bouncing.
That's right.
It's innate, isn't it? Music saves lives.
Yes.
Well,
So-
I've been blessed to be working at a church, leading worship. And in addition to that, I produce for a nonprofit called Hero Song. And what that does is record original music for free for veterans, active military, and first responders. Absolutely no cost to them. And the therapeutic value of getting things out musically, the therapeutic value of hearing your song over and over and over again, it's good for afflictions, addictions. It's therapeutic. Music therapy is a huge field. And in this process, Catherine and I healed ourselves through these songs.
Amazing.
Yes, we did.
Amazing. So, Catherine, this is a cool interview for me because I've never interviewed just a songwriter. Okay, I have singer-songwriters all the time, but so I'm
Right.
loving this because I'm a writer and I'm a poet and I'm an artist and I just love this. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you actually said you had the words and then you heard the melody. You said that, right?
Yes.
So all the songs that we're going to be playing that you've written, did you also put the music to it? Was it your music as well?
Well, it's the same process. I sit down and write lyrics because I think of something that's happening in my life or with somebody I know, because it's Thorns and Roses, a journey of love and heartbreak. So there's 11 other songs on there, right? And it's all basically the same theme. So as I'm writing that, then I get a melody and then I sing it into my voice memo and I take it to Julian, and I'm the overwriter and he's the underwriter. I way overwrite lyrics because I don't really know.
Oh,
I don't know the process of how you really structure a song. I just didn't know anything about this. So this is what's kind of magical about it. I wasn't a songwriter until, well, now I'm 70. This is all happening at age 70. So
wow. Okay, so she told her age. I'm 63. How old are you, boy?
40 years old.
Huh?
40, just turned
So
40.
you're a kid too, just like my producer. All right, here we go. So anyway, all right, you know
and
what?
yeah.
Go
And
ahead. I'm sorry.
Julian was very encouraging for me
Yeah.
because I kept saying, I don't know what I'm doing. He goes, yes, you do. You know what you're doing.
See?
On some level, you know what you're doing because you keep coming up with these lyrics, these songs that have messages, and then he can fine tune the melody. And it's been such a magical thing.
Wow. I'm so impressed. I got to say, girl, I really am. I've been waiting for this interview. I was like,
Yeah.
I've never interviewed someone who was just a songwriter.
And
All
I
right.
truly cannot sing. I mean, I cannot carry it.
So why don't we give everybody a treat? We'll pick one of the songs, and then
Okay.
and then you'll talk about it if it's not one we've already talked about. Okay.
Yeah, there's one that wasn't labeled, so I'm gonna go by process of elimination.
Okay. So let's
That's
do that
fine.
one. Hopefully that
Okay.
might be it.
That'd be it. Yeah.
That's it.
They say all you need is love. Find someone that fits like a glove. Then make your pure and sacred vows while your love is fully aroused. We pledge for better or worse. Time churns, life turns adverse. Know what you need is deep inside. Don't give up, just flow with the tide. Forgive me, I'm starting to fall. I'm still here for you, baby doll. My memories are leaving my mind, but my heart remains fully entwined. Life deals us a hand, we have to trust in a higher plan. I need you, my darling, 'cause I'm sadly falling. Can't work because I can't cope. Lost my license, I feel there's no hope. Don't know who I am inside. I struggle with my foolish pride. Feel like my home just ain't home. So lost, started to roam. Can't relax, I'm filled with rage, trapped inside this unknown cage. Forgive me, I'm starting to fall. I'm still here for you, baby doll. My memories are leaving my mind, but my heart remains fully entwined. Life deals us a hand, we have to trust in a higher plan. I need you, my darling, 'cause now I'm sadly falling. Don't give up on me, babe, I'm still here. It doesn't seem like it is how I appear. How this happens to one right and true. Dear Lord, is there something we can do? My up is down, my down is up. I keep praying to you, fill my cup. I see the dawn of light to come. I want this damn confusion to be done. Forgive me, I'm starting to fall. I'm still here for you, baby doll. My memories are leaving my mind, but my heart remains fully entwined. Life deals us a hand, we have to trust in a higher plan. I need you, my darling, 'cause I'm sadly falling. The light is brighter than I ever thought. My daddy's up here with my antidote. The grass is greener and the sky's true blue. There's so much right here for me to do. I feel like me again, only more. Can't wait to see you here, that's for sure. You are safe in a beautiful light. Know that I'm with you morning, noon, and night. Forgive me, I made the fall, but I'm still here for you, baby doll. My memories are clear in my mind, and my heart remains fully entwined. Life deals us a hand, I understand. I now see that higher plan. Need you to know, my darling, at peace now, no longer falling. I'm at peace now, no longer. I'm no longer falling.
Okay, so. All right. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was absolutely incredible.
That song came from heaven.
Yes. Yes. I believe it. Okay, Julian, talk a minute.
It's literally the journey through Alzheimer's and dementia. It shows the phases up until the afterlife, the higher power, and it is so healing for me to have experienced that song start to finish, start to finish, start to finish, and hear those words and feel the emotions from the song. That, I mean, Catherine and I both healed just from getting these songs off our chests and producing them. And I just think of my grandmother. She was sitting in church and she was very nonverbal at that point. We sang a hymn. She tried to stand up. We didn't let her stand up. She was a fall risk. And she started singing along every single word with the hymns. And then when the pastor started preaching, at the top of her lungs, she kept singing along every word to the hymns, but they were perfect. It wasn't the appropriate time to sing them, but God bless that woman. Music it brought her closer and closer to peace.
Yes. You know, I'm going to share something with you about my father. So when my father was in hospice, I stayed there with him the whole, I think it was like 3 nights, 4 days. And he was there on his birthday, okay? And I said, now he was out of it. They had him under. I mean, he didn't know us anyway, but he was completely under and out of it. And I said, "Happy birthday, Dad." I said, wouldn't it be amazing if you meet Jesus on your birthday? I said, "You were such an incredible man." I said, "I can't imagine the date of your death not being significant." I say this to my father. He didn't die that day, okay? So the next day comes, the Italians all come in, his sister, everybody, they're all loud. They gave us a corner room. And his sister says, "Do you know what today is? Today's a Papa Day, the day the Papa died." That day was the day my father's father died 40 years ago. My father died that night, almost the exact time as his father.
That's amazing.
Okay?
Those things happen, those
Yep.
synchronicities. My husband was in a nursing home at the end of his life, memory care, and he acted out in aggression. So
Of course, of
they,
course.
they required a full-time CNA there, which was going to cost $16,000 to $25,000 a month on top of the $9,000 I was paying. And I had my CNA designation. I was his wife, and I said, "Can I live here with them?" And they said yes. For the last 2.5 months of his life,
Amazing.
I lived there, and I had to have 24/7 eyes on him on top of what was going on. So that was a really difficult time for me.
Yes.
But hospice, they're lifesavers. They come in and explain death.
Yes.
So many people don't understand it. They're afraid of it, but they were coaching me. And then when he was on morphine, that was like the last 2 weeks when he was getting close to dying, I would sit by his bedside and just pray. And he was at the point where he had aphasia so bad that he couldn't even speak words that you could understand.
Right, my father too.
And I'm sitting there, and he opens his eyes and looks at me and says, "Catherine, they're coming to take me to the other side." And I cried for 30 minutes straight because it just, the idea that he came to and said that, right? And so with that information, I went back to all my support groups and I shared it. I'll share everything. I don't care if anyone thinks I'm crazy. Oh,
Nope.
that's not true.
Nope.
And when I shared that with everyone, there was a strong sigh of relief in that room.
Yes.
Because somebody was telling them that, hey, there's something going on over there. Even though we hear it, we kind of want to have a validation.
Right.
So
God allowed you to have that validation.
yes.
So, okay, you know what? Producer, let's play song number 2, and then you'll talk about the song, okay?
Okay, that sounds good. Ah, that's a good one.
Rambling all my life, memories cut like a knife, struggling through the years, lonely and full of tears. Then I met you. You're my two.
Long and windy roads spread my pain and woe.
My pain and woe
Highway of no return.
can't return much to
missing my lady.
There's Jake Clayton.
Team Pressy, you too, baby. Love me, you're my two. Move me to the moon. We sing the same old tune. You're my two. You're my two. I love that you're my two.
I love that you're my two.
I love that you're my two. You're my two. You're my two.
You're my two, baby.
No, you're mine. Honey pie, baby lamb, sweet honey child.
All right, so that was really cool. Tell us about the song.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I just have to say that's Julian singing with his wife, and that is why there's so much chemistry. I was dating a guy, and he just out of the blue said to me, "You're my two." And I go, "Oh my gosh, that's a good title for a song." And so I wrote it in the way that so many people in their lives, they're struggling for love and they've been through so much heartache, including Julian. And then all of a sudden that right person comes in. And that happened to both of them. And when they went into the studio and sang that song, they nailed it with so much energy and passion. It was so fun doing that, right, Julian?
It was incredible. And one of the cool things about this project is that Catherine isn't a singer. She's not trying to make it as a star. She's writing down 3 chords and the ultimate truth.
I love it.
There's no shenanigans. It's honest. And we were just cutting the vocals to get a guide vocal to find another singer because we got multiple singers on this project. Catherine is not singing. We brought in my friends. We brought in people. We just had fun with it. We have a great lineup on it. I mean, some major league players, but it doesn't matter. We're here making Catherine's idea come to fruition. And here we are, my wife and I one night are like, all right, let's sing the song so we can get the singers to come in. My beautiful wife is an incredible singer, actress. She acts in Southwest Florida.
Oh.
She attended Chicago City Limits up there in New York. She's an improv comedian. And we were just kind of messing around. I sent it to Catherine, and Catherine's like, and I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, the chemistry, the magic, it's all there. And I'm like, and then I listened back to it, and I was just like, yeah, it encompasses our entire relationship.
Yeah, it was so
love each
real.
other.
It
She's
was so
mine too.
real.
What's your wife's
It's
name?
so real.
What's your wife's name?
Lucy.
Wait.
Lucy.
What is it?
Lucy, same last name, Lucy Sundby.
Oh, my mom's name was Lucy.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah, I've only met maybe 2 other Lucys. Oh, that's so cool. All right. So,
That is.
so anyway, so she does all this other stuff as well, your wife.
Yeah, she is a wonderful mother to my children, and she acts. She was just in a couple productions. We met. I was directing the musical Cabaret at a local theater, and I was the music director, and she was one of the singers in it. And we tried to keep it as professional as we could for as long as we could. And we were engaged in 2 months, and we're married in 6 months to the day we met. 10 years later, here we are.
I love this story. That's a beautiful story with a good, not ending, but it's a happy story.
Yes,
Okay?
it is.
Beautiful. So now,
And
go ahead.
And the thing about it that's really cool is the only other time we've sung a duet together was at my wedding. As a surprise, I had recorded a song for her for our first dance together. And we sang this song. And this other time we recorded it for You My Two. And it was the same magic and love, just embracing each other musically. And when Catherine pointed that out to me, I was like, whoa. It's just lots of cool moments with Catherine.
Oh, that's
Magic.
so cool.
Love and magic.
How far
Beautiful.
do you guys live from each other, you and Catherine?
25 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I drive up to the studio and we have fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We always have fun doing what we do.
Always.
Always. Well, I'm having fun with you guys now, so I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, All right, so let's play. We have a third. We have 4 songs, I believe. So
Right,
this will be
right.
the third one. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm singing about God, for a nation to stand proud. Hear a voice clear and loud, save a home of the free for all of you and me. I'm singing about God. I'm singing about God. Much larger than you and me. I can feel him, but I cannot see. He's my friend in the dark of night. He fills me up with his healing light. I'm singing about God. I'm singing about God. You can sing about your God no matter what his name. It's all the same. Let's keep singing about God. Let's sing about God. Goes beyond east and west. Loves you more and loves me best. All the same in this big old dome. Call his name and you are home. I'm singing about God. I'm singing about God. You can sing about your God no matter what his name. It's all the same. Let's keep singing about God. He holds the heavens great, shoots corruption into outer space. Unite and stand, don't let us fall. We are the one and one for all. Singing about God. I'm singing about God. I'd sing about your God no matter what his name. It's all the same. Let's keep singing about God. Bless the eagle in our big blue sky. Smoke out the hungry evil eye. Come together and be awake. We need each other for goodness sake. Let's keep singing about God. I'm singing about God. You can sing about your God no matter what his name. It's all the same. Let's keep singing about God. I'm just singing about God. I'm gonna keep on singing about my God. Let's all sing along, keep singing about God.
Okay, so I love these songs. Okay, talk about
Thank you.
this song.
They're
Okay,
so
so
whimsical. And this one, go ahead, Catherine. I'll let you go.
you can start and then I'll just say this.
All right.
I was watching the news and I just couldn't, I just felt so desperate. And people were all like, oh, don't say God. And I said, I'm going to sing about God because we fight over it, who we call, what, this, that. I'm going to write a song about God. I don't care what anyone thinks, right? So, of course, I take it to Julian and Julian take over because you got to tell him about Adam and how this happened. Like I envisioned it like sing around the campfire song. So that's how we pulled it off.
Go ahead, Julian.
Well, it was exactly that. She brought me the lyrics and I just smiled and I was like, this song has everything America and everything spiritual about how can we just get along. And in today's politically charged times, We need to get along. We just need
Okay.
to come together. I don't care what side of the fence
That's
you
right.
are.
That's
It
right.
comes down to love. And I'm going to preach for a minute. I'm sorry, we brought up God. I'm a worship director for Faith United Methodist Church. I do 40 hours a week planning services. I worship live. I do all the music. And my whole concept as a Christ follower is don't be a jerk to each other. Love each other, love each other, love God, love people, and that's it. Don't be a jerk. And if we all followed that, then the followings of Christ are pretty good. It's when we weaponize Christ and weaponize the gospel to go in there and say, you're doing something wrong, or you're wrong, I'm right. Well, if you love somebody, you might take a minute to get their perspective. You don't have to agree, just love. And that's what this song is about, singing about God. It goes on and on and on. It becomes almost meditative beyond belief, where you're sitting at a campfire hearing that message. And that's what I was going for. Sing about God. It
I'm
doesn't matter
watching
who
you
your God
laugh
is.
and giggle while it was playing. I'm like, I love this guy. I didn't know that you were who you just said you are. Okay, so I'm gonna read a poem out of my book after that I have picked out on purpose. But now I also have God poems in here, so I'm just gonna read a few tidbits. I'm not. My Jesus poems are very long. I'm just gonna read a few little things from it. Okay. Okay. So many religions have surfaced today. Most of us wonder which one's the right way. Being brought up Catholic, I wasn't a fan. I always struggled with listening to man. I just wasn't buying the crap that they said. My salvation's in Jesus through his blood he shed. Not sacraments and giving cash, confessional boots and Wednesday's ash. These rules they speak of are all man-made. If you open the Bible, man's words will fade. You won't find them in there because God said it clear. You won't work your way into heaven, my dear. My works are just worthless. I'd end up in hell. That's why he sent Jesus. Now in heaven I dwell. Now I just want to read three little things from the rest of the Jesus poem. I'm not ashamed to proclaim his name. I'm not ashamed. It's God I claim. The world stirs hate. You were just saying it. But God stirs love. The world's lost faith is found up above. The world says God's a myth. The world says God is fake. God says I'm really here. God says I'm no mistake. The lost are broken. The broken are lost, condemning your soul, not sparing the cost. God says, listen, I'm here for you. Just come to me. I'll make you new. Now, the ending. This is beautiful. Okay.
That's great.
All that was written is
Beautiful.
being played out. Will you be ready or will you have doubt? Will you be ready the day he returns or left behind to feel the burns? My prayer is this, that you take heed to know the reason Jesus did bleed. The time is near, it really is. Will you be ready to say you're his? I just had to
Wow.
read some of that to you. This poem is very, very long, pages. But that's beautiful. And you know what? I'm not ashamed either. And I will
Right. praise
praise God, and that's it.
Julian, share about the singer Adam, because he's
Yes.
part of the hero song thing.
Well, Adam is part of our nonprofit. He's a military vet, retired police and corrections officer, and I found him through the program. For those who maybe missed earlier, we have a nonprofit that records veterans, active military, and first responders for free. And Adam came and wrote a beautiful song. We produced albums together after the program. We just kept working together. And we got nominated for some songs that we did for a Josie Music Award.
Yes.
Which is an independent music award up in Nashville. Which, Catherine, by the way, got nominated, this album, for Album of the Year.
Yes.
So what we took as like a healing into
Yay.
having fun and doing all this great stuff, it's actually getting recognition. Regardless of whether it's commercial and played on top 40 stations, I don't know if that could happen. It would be cool, but the messages are there. They're from an honest person, 3 chords and some truth, maybe 4 or 5 chords in some of the songs, but the truth is what's there. Catherine is the most real person. She says what's on her mind. She has a heart of gold. She loves everybody and trusts everybody. And that is the beauty of Catherine. And it translates into this album. And Adam Martin came and heard the song, and he said, I'll give it a shot. Went in there, absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Yes.
And again, we're having fun. We layered 8 tracks of him singing it. If you listen in the end, some of it's not even together. Some of the words are wrong. I just said, it's a campfire. that's what 8, 9 people would sound like singing about God, and we just kept going and going
It's
and
so great.
going.
It's so
It
great.
was fun.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh, so great. All right, before we play your fourth song, talk a little bit more about what you want everybody to know why you're here today.
Catherine, would you like
For
to
me
start?
personally, it's to share the message that the music brings. I started Caregiver Survival. You can reach me on caregiversurvival.com. All my music is there. All my tips for caregivers are there. So that's my mission. And then the music just got mixed up in all this, which is kind of magical. I just can't even express how bizarre this is that I created an album, well, thanks to Julian, because he is the music producer of the year and Josie Award last year, too. So I just think it's amazing what life can deliver. And after all the pain I went through as an Alzheimer's caregiver, and I want everyone to know that you resurrect into a new person after that experience is over. Just be open. And that's what happens. Magic. Beautiful
Magic.
love and magic.
Magic. Julian?
Yep, and it's a combination of just love onto a recording and love with our team. I trust and love every single person I record with. The drummer is one of my best friends. They all record for Hero Song. They record for songwriters that I work with, singer-songwriters. And this album encompasses everything from the story of Catherine's late husband to singing about God to dating habits of certain family members. I mean, nothing is off limits with Catherine, and we just go with it and we have fun with it. And it's just honest music. It's fun. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. We're not going for a top 40 hit with this one. We're going for honesty and beauty. And I think we did it.
How can people get in touch with you if they want to hire you?
You can check me out on Facebook, either Julian Sundby or the Fort Studios. It's the Fort Myers one. I think there's one in Thailand or Singapore. It's not that one. It's the one in Fort Myers, Florida. You can also check out herosong.org. It's our veterans military program where we record the vets and first responders for free. If you're a vet or first responder, first of all, thank you for your service. Second of all, even if you don't write a song, reach out to us. There are ways of supporting us with volunteering, with mentoring other songwriters. It's just a great network using music to heal. And yeah, you can find me if you look for me.
So, Julian, I have a question. Who sang Hero?
Which song?
The Hero song.
Oh, Hero Song is multiple songs. I'm sorry. Hero Song is the name of the nonprofit. And
Gotcha.
we have every single most of the veterans or first responders who wrote the song sing it themselves. We also provide session musicians if they don't sing. 2 days ago, we had one of the most powerful sessions of Hero Song's history. We had somebody who was in the Pentagon 4 offices over on 9/11. 4 offices is where Ground Zero hit with the plane. And she can tell you there were plane parts there. The people were screaming, rushing around. EMS was coming. And here she is telling her story, and we're all in tears, using the song as the vehicle to get these stories out. She was a general for our country who experienced that. And music is saving lives by expressing the stories and documenting the stories. For Catherine, for the vets, for the first responders, I just try to put my heart into every project I can because that ultimately is what's going to make great music that gets recognized. And then when it's recognized, can help the people that listen to it.
The reason I asked you was because I'm going to go search through my interviews. I interviewed someone with a song called Hero. It was about the first responders. So
I don't believe that's one of ours, but connect them, please.
I'm going to. I give you my word. I'm going to tomorrow because I have more shows later. If I have a chance tonight, I will. I'm going to go check this out and pull it up because I know I have. It might have been years ago, but I know I have. Okay? I'm going to check it
Thank
out
you.
for you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Awesome.
So, okay.
You got me saying awesome now, like I'm from New York again. What's up
Listen,
with that?
well, I was born and raised
Awesome.
in Long Island City, New York, Queens, but my dad moved us to Jersey when I was 12. So I've been here over 50 years, but I'm a New Yorker, baby. I'm a Jersey girl. I can't
dad
say
was
I'm
a
not, but I'm a
comptroller.
New Yorker, baby.
My dad was the
That's great.
comptroller at West Point Military Academy for a number of years, and I used to go there, West Point soccer camp, Cornwall on the Hudson. I went to school there. It was just, I love New York. Absolutely love it. I'm going to be coming up there in a little bit, so I'll reach out.
You have to
And
reach
I'm,
out.
and I was born on Long Island, but I'm
Oh,
a military brat, so I didn't stay long, but
oh, but
still.
wait, where in Long Island?
Near Jones Beach,
Okay.
Mitchell Field Air Force Base.
So I spent my summers at my grandparents in Shirley, Long Island when we were growing up.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and back then I think
Wow.
it was exit 66 or 5 or 4, something like that. 67, I don't know. But yeah, Shirley, Long Island.
That's great. I went back for my 60th birthday and toured the whole island. I was blown away.
So I interviewed someone recently, and we're talking. Oh, so where did you grow up? Oh, Shirley, Long Island. I said, excuse me?
Oh, my gosh.
I said, how long have you been out of there? She's like, oh, a few years, but my daughter still lives there. She went to my grandfather's house that's still there, and she got photos all around the house for me and sent them to me.
Oh,
Her daughter
Nice.
lived maybe 15 minutes from the house. Amazing, right? Small
hey,
world.
we're all connected.
We
We're all
are.
connected.
Small world. So before we play your last song, now I want to read the poem that I chose to read for today, okay?
Okay.
So the reason why, guys, I want to read this poem, it's because I want everyone out there doubting their self-worth to understand that we all have something to offer. So now here we have this beautiful lady, Catherine, who just said just a couple seconds ago, right, a couple minutes ago, that she can't believe music is part of her life like this. Look at where it's brought her, okay? How amazing. So then we've got Julian over here. I mean, he's incredible. So we all have something to offer. We just have to figure out what it is. So that's why I wrote this. If you're struggling with who you are or your self-worth, please listen to every single word of this poem, okay? It's called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used. God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, but not just for the money, to spread a peaceful sound. So don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your names, Catherine and Julian, will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And that's what you guys are doing. That's what you guys are doing. And, you know, Catherine, everything that you went through, I mean, I understand how hard it is with my father. I couldn't imagine with my husband, okay? Everything you went through, God brought you through it. And look how he's using you, sweetheart, right?
Right,
I mean,
get it.
you are saving lives. And then he brings this young man in your path, and he's helping you do that. And with such joy, okay? I mean, the team that you two make is incredible to me. And I just want to say thank you for honoring me here today. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You brought tears to my eyes. You brought smiles to my face for honoring me with this incredible interview. I couldn't wait for this, but I didn't expect that. So I really want to say
Thank
thank
you.
you to both of you from the bottom of my heart. So
Thank you too. We appreciate
thank
you
you.
having us on, and what a great program. I love how you interview. I worked in radio for 2.5 years as a producer of a drive show, and you are excellent. You are absolutely incredible.
oh my gosh, I'm so glad you didn't tell me that prior. Okay, I would have been like, oh my gosh. Okay, you just gave me an incredible compliment, and I thank you so much for that. You'll appreciate this. You're young, but do you remember the name Don K. Reed?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I grew up in New York, Don K. Reed, cousin Brucey, right? The Geeter, Jerry Blavitt. So I was honored to interview the Geeter before he died, of course, and I was honored to interview Don K. But Don K. was the only interview next to Elvis Presley's nurse, because I'm an Elvis fan. I was nervous with both of them. And I called him up a couple days before the interview, and I'm like, Don, do you want to send me, like, questions? He's like, Jerry, stop it. You don't do that with anybody else. I'm like, I know, but it's you. He's like, stop it. You interview the way I do. No. Within 5 minutes, he made it great, okay? I was like, okay,
That's
I can
okay.
do this. But that was Don K. Rest in peace, sir. Rest in peace. Thank you for everything you've done for us, right? So we're going to play your final song, and then we're going to talk about this song as well. And we're going to give everybody another treat because this song's incredible too. So here we go.
My producer called and said, write me a hit. I painted my life and said, this is it. I tell my stories from deep down inside. Can't hold back, my words just slide. Out for the night with my loneliness blues. Snuggled up tight in my black suede shoes. A sweet girl appeared in her glory and class. My mind went blank, there was no bypass. My heart started singing, my ears went ringing, my insides tingling. Oh girl, you put the tingle in me. Girl, you take out the single in me. Oh girl, you put the tingle in me. Take out the single in me. And my daddy told me when the girl was right, it would hit me like dynamite.
Hey there.
With my past so wrinkled in cold heartache, I need ironed out and laid back straight. Well, my heart keeps singing, my ears keep ringing, my insides tingling. Oh, girl, you put the tingle in me. Girl, you take out the single in me. Oh, girl, you put the tingle in me. Take out the single in me. She hit me like lightning with her green fiery eyes. Her heart melted my past, leaving no disguise. I could see our future in the blink of an eye. I hit the lottery of love as clear as the sky. And my heart keeps singing, my ears keep ringing, my insides tingling. Oh girl, you put the tingle in me. Girl, you take out the single in me. Oh girl, you put the tingle in me. Take out the single in me. Oh girl, you put the tingle in me. Girl, you take out the single in me. Oh girl, you put the tingle in me. Take out the single in me.
Okay. Let's go.
Now that's fun.
That was a lot of fun. Talk about this song. Come on.
Okay, literally, I can see this moment. Julian calls
too.
me. I'm at home, sitting at my dining room table. He goes, Catherine, you need to write a hit. I go, what? He goes, "You need to write a hit." And I go, "Really?" I take him seriously when he calls me. He's like, "Okay." So we hung up, and I wrote that song in like 10 minutes. My producer called and said, "Write me a hit." So I did. Anyway, well, it still has to be a hit. I think it's a hit in our hearts.
I
But
love that.
In our hearts, yes.
and our singer is a Barry Manilow tribute artist, a friend of Julian's.
Okay.
His fabulous
He has a
voice.
project called One Voice is the name of his project. His name is Mark Sanders. And then the other singer, her name is Kristen Licata. She's a professional. She sings right now for Princess Cruise Line. She's all over the world. And we brought her in while she was on a stint back home. And it was exactly that. I picture it too. And I'm sorry for interrupting, Catherine. I got excited.
No, that was good. I wanted
You
you to
sound
say that.
excited. Talk. Go ahead. She'll interrupt you in a minute.
And then I have
So
one
what happened-
magical. Okay, go ahead. You finish your part, and I have another song.
No, I mean, who knows if any of these are going to be hits, like Catherine said. But you know what?
They're hits
It's
to
better
us.
than the top 40 drivel that just keeps going on and on and on. It's taking the morals away. It's drugs. It's sex. Rock and roll is cool, but drugs and sex is literally where this country is going. It's dividing us, and it takes away from the love of each other. I mean, music is so powerful to heal. It's also powerful to corrupt. It's powerful to the kids to hear messages. And there's nothing inappropriate about this. It gets a little sassy with some love.
It's awesome.
But Catherine is just an honest, pure, loving writer. And
After
please
Cath-
check out this album.
After Catherine talks, I want to share something about what you just said about corrupt music and all that. But Catherine, you talk.
Okay, another magical moment with this album. My girlfriend invites me to England to visit her. And I get on a plane. I fly to her house. She picks me up at the airport. We go to her house. We get out of the car. Her neighbor walks across the street, says, "Hey, my name's Gary Osborne."
Say it the right way. He didn't say it, hey, like that because he's got an accent, right?
Well, I can't.
I
do
would
his
love
accent,
if you imitated him.
I know, but she introduced me to him, and he goes, "Oh, I'm a songwriter for my whole career, and I wrote songs with Elton John." Who just comes right out and says, "I wrote songs for Elton John," and I was like. And
Who was he?
I brought my CD with me, and I didn't do it right away. I just kind of felt it out. I go, "Do you think it's all right if I ask him to listen to my music?" And she said, "Sure." So I did, and he did, and he wrote a whole email about what he liked, what he didn't like. His favorite song was "Tingle in Me." He thought it was the most original lyrics.
So wait, did you know his name? Would
Yeah,
we know?
Gary Osborne. He's a songwriter for like
Yeah,
50
yeah.
years. He wrote for Elton John.
Yeah,
Blue
that's
Eyes, Little
crazy.
Jean. Do you see the magic moments?
Okay. Oh my
There you go.
gosh, amazing. So I want to share something with you both, but Julian, you were talking about like the corrupt music today and all that, right? So
Yep.
years ago, I think it was like 2016-ish, I get a message on Facebook from a young black hip hop artist from Trenton, New Jersey, which is just 20 minutes from us. And he said, "Miss Geri, I'm starting out and I see that you're on Hamilton Radio. Do you think I could come in studio? Do you think you can promote me?" I said, "Can you keep it clean, young man? I promise I'll keep it clean." Now, we never met before that. So he came to the studio with a few other hip hop artists. His name is Randy Shank. And this young man still to this day owns a piece of my heart. He's now down south. He goes by Six, SIX, director. He's got a family. He's directing now. He's incredible. And he visited me a couple times, surprised me when he came up to see family. And he also will message me every once in a while and say, "Miss Geri, I'm still trying to keep it clean. But I want to share with you what he said to me." So I said to him on air, "Why does this music have to be so degrading and terrible and violent and just, sexual and all that?" And this is what he said. He said, "Miss Geri, we all have a story to tell, and it needs to be told for survival." He said, "And unfortunately for some of us, this is the only story we know." And when he told me that, from that moment on, like I said, he took a piece of my heart with him. But he's doing so great now. And he said it saves lives in their communities, believe it or not. So
Yes.
Yep.
I had
Okay.
to share that.
That's a good share, Jerry.
You know?
Thank you. Yeah.
You
It's
never know what's
heartbreaking.
going
I don't
on.
listen to it, but at least I kind of understand where they're coming from and why it happens. But I wish it could just all be erased, you know?
I know, we all do.
Yep. So, all right. So now I want to give you both back the mic. I don't want you getting off saying, oh, wait, I wanted to say this or I forgot to say this. Don't do that. So,
Okay.
we're going to start with Catherine, ladies first. Anything
Okay.
else you want to talk about? The mic is yours.
I just want to say that all my music is streaming on all the platforms, and we are listed under Caregiver Survival. We don't have a band. We're just an all-inclusive love project. So that's where you find me, caregiversurvival.com. Everything's on there. People can find information to help with their loved ones. And this is, it's Thorns and Roses, but it's a double album. And in the inside, the second album are the Straight A's for Caregivers tip. It's a narration. So you can just sit and listen to that too. It's all streaming live.
That's so cool.
So it's good. It's all good.
Beautiful. So, Julian.
This album is amazing. I had a blast producing it. We took our time. We did this over years and years of just working together, getting to create and just do it right. And the thing that's just so powerful is every song is different in some way and will touch you differently. You may not like every song on this album. There's so many different little genres and styles and singing voices. You may hate my voice, but you may love Adam's voice. You may not like somebody's voice, but you might love somebody else's. It's just a musical melting pot of different sounds, and we had a blast producing it. We had our A-list players from Nashville and all over the country just sending us our tracks, and we produced it, and it just turned out so amazing. Catherine did such a great job writing and having fun with me on this one that it's a project unlike anything else that I've ever done. I can truly say that.
So,
And Julian completes me.
Julian, I love that.
Seriously.
I love that. So, let's see. Do I have any other questions for the two of you? Okay, yes. My final question for both of you. What do you have in the works? Do you have something else that you might want to just share a little bit about, or you're not sure? What's happening?
Well, we're going into the healing sounds. We're trying to come up with something unique with sound therapy.
Okay.
And there's always a song that, kind of sneaks in, and we talk about whether we should do it or not. We just haven't gotten around to some of those, but healing sounds
That's
is the
beautiful.
next.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I used to always go to sleep years ago with the storm, the ocean waves, all that. I love it. But yeah. And even thunder. Some thunder is cool too,
Oh yeah, we have thunder in there. Do you want to talk about the 40 hertz, Julian?
Yeah, there are certain frequencies that are scientifically proven to help heal. Some of them that are looking at dementia and Alzheimer's patients to maybe stimulate brain cells. And Catherine has always been healing. She carries around a set of bells with her to basically heal. Everywhere she goes, she'll ring your bell. We seriously laugh about it because she will actually change the mood of the entire room with her frequency bells. They're Tibetan, correct, Catherine?
Yes, Tibetan bells.
Yeah, but we decided we're going to record that. This thunder drum, which is ironic why you brought up thunder. It has a low frequency drone over it, and then it has her bell and a few other percussion instruments. So we're working on that. My buddy actually has a patent on a granite piano soundboard, which because of the granite, they can tune it to different frequencies with the granite. And it may sound crazy, but they're actually having results with some healing. And it's working. Different sound frequencies can do different things for the human body. And we're just exploring with that. We're having fun. And that's what we're doing.
I love it.
I got other side projects that I love working on, but Catherine is just, you never know what you're going to get with Catherine. And I love every second of it. She completes my career too.
That's so
It's
cool.
amazing. Thank you, Julian.
It is. It's amazing. So, if God forbid I ever get Alzheimer's, my daughter will know to play Elvis, especially Elvis Gospel. How Great Thou Art. I mean, that's the greatest song ever,
isn't
right? ever, ever, ever. All right? So I'm going to share one last thing about my dad with you guys, and then we'll close. So my father, we did what he wanted, closed coffin, of course. I don't believe in all that mass stuff, so our pastor came to the funeral home, said a beautiful thing. I wrote a poem for my father, okay? So I gave Elvis Gospel CD to the funeral home, and I said, there's 2 songs you have to play. The first one will be the one where they go, howdy, howdy, in heaven, I'm saying hello to my mama, and all that. So that they played that in the beginning. Then everybody said what they wanted to say, and then I read my poem, and I closed my poem with this, and then they played How Great Thou Art, and that's how my father went out with Elvis singing it. So at the end of my poem, I said, but when I get to heaven, the party will start. Elvis Presley will be singing How Great Thou Art. And that's how my dad went out. That's how my dad went out.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was
Good
beautiful.
stuff.
It was
Nice
beautiful.
that you share that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Incredible interview. Thank you so
I
much.
wanna
for
thank
It
you
was
guys.
amazing.
This was
amazing
amazing.
interview.
I'm going to be talking about this for a long time. Keep me posted with your next album with all the, I would love to do something, next year with you guys. I don't have any openings the rest of the year, but you have time anyway, and we'll do something again. So thank you very much. This will also be on iHeartRadio next week. I'll give you the date and the time. I got to figure out which one you're going to be on. And guys, please, please share this show. I think everyone needs to hear what they have to say. You need to see this, okay, guys? So, Ruben, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.